Hi, I'm just another guy on the internet who loves bikes, camping, splitboarding, Vermont, and Type 2 fun. Every winter I think, this is the season I bike to Smugglers Notch from Burlington, skin up Sterling Mountain, stay the night at Sterling Pond Shelter, shred back down to my bike and pedal home. But I either lose inspiration, the weather doesn't cooperate, or I just simply chicken out. But this year, everything lined up perfectly. So here's a quick recap of my weekend warrior bikepacking slack country adventure that no one asked for. A couple of weeks beforehand, while on a bike ride with neighbors, I told my friend about the plan. Oh, you mean like Lars Olaf Goran Kropp, the Swedish adventurer and mountaineer and the first Scandinavian to climb Mount Everest without oxygen. He biked from Sweden to base camp and made a solo ascent of Mount Everest without bottled oxygen or Sherpa support. Then he biked home. That dude's my hero. Yes, exactly like him. I quickly looked up Lars and holy shit, what a beast. There's no way I can back down now. I decided that Thursday that the following Saturday morning would be my day of departure. After a quick gear gather and a handful of straps, I was off for the 35+ mile ride on my 70+ pound touring bike. After some urban, bike path, and class 4 riding, and a total of 3,000 feet of elevation gain, I finally arrived to the end of Route 108, where my hike up Sterling Mountain would begin.
Oh yeah. I thought I was being helpful.
Oh right. And my wife, Michelle, she joined me and gave me some sandwiches. She's the best. So our first attempt didn't go quite as planned. After I locked up my bike, we skinned up 108 with some pretty great views, but when we got to Sterling Pond Trail, we found the prior rain and cool temps made for bulletproof conditions. We didn't pack any micro spikes or crampons, so we turned back. Here's me setting up the first shot to document that climb. Just a few minutes later, we discovered the error. So instead, we skied back down 108 and arrived at Smugglers Notch Resort as they were closing, meaning we could skin up a groomed trail that would lead us straight to the summit. I was pretty cooked by this point and too tired to take much video, but we did make it to the top and Michelle and I said our goodbyes as the sun was setting.
Bye, Michelle.
Nothing really interesting happened that night. I mean, it was chilly, but my down booties and whiskey kept me nice and cozy. The next morning, I snapped a couple photos and rode down some fresh corduroy before the ski patrol's first pass. And again, I had an epic plan of a backcountry descent, but the bulletproof conditions kept me on the groomers. Soon after, I packed up and rode home, but not before taking a whole bunch of photos of my bike leaning against some stuff. So that was my weekend adventure. I had a whole big idea of epic drone shots and more wall-to-wall coverage of the journey, but I quickly found how exhausting this all was and I just wanted to enjoy the activities. I mean, it wasn't a Lars-sized activity, but it was enough to challenge me and it gave me inspiration for something even dumber, something bigger.
This is a bad mistake.